Greetings. Today we are going to be looking at another interesting poem titled The Panic of Growing Older by Lenrie Peters. In this lesson, we are going to be discussing the poem. We are going to read the poem. We are going to do the analysis of the poem. We will look at some of the dominant themes in the poem, and also we are going to look at some of the literary devices used in the poem. Lenrie Peters is a seasoned poet whose poems have been published in several anthologies, and this The Panic of Growing Older is one of the poems that underscore the happenings and the reflection in the contemporary society, where people are even afraid of getting older, and that is why several people reduce their age. Somebody who celebrates birthday of maybe 35-year birthday last year will still be celebrating 34-year birthday this year. That means that people are also panicking of growing old. Some believe that by reducing the age or their year, old age is not going to come. So that is one of the reasons why we have to look at this poem at this time to see what actually the poem is talking about. And if you are just joining us for the first time, subscribe to this channel, English and Literature Class, because we are going to be uploading a lot of poems, a lot of drama analysis, and a lot of prose, a lot of novel analysis. So make sure you subscribe to the channel. Now let's go to the poem in full and look at it carefully. The poem discusses about the growing up of people from when they were in teenage years to when they are 30, when they are 20, when they are 30, 35, and even up to 70 years. So the dreams, aspirations, and the wish of people at the age of 20, at the age of 30, the poem analyzes how the dreams decline as the year go by. So let's look at it. The poem, however, 7 stanzas. We are going to be discussing from the stanza 1. The panic of growing older, spread fluttering wings from year to year. Now, the panic of growing older, the fear of growing older, is making people to be afraid from year to year. Now, somebody who at the age, maybe at a younger age, at a teenage year, is already afraid of growing older, and it is also getting up to the person's sense of belonging. Now we saw that as the year grew by, as the year passes, people are afraid. And then as the year roll by, the panic of realizing the purpose of one's existence may spread over the individual. The word panic is appropriate since with age comes the fear of coming responsibilities, and also the responsibility associated with adulthood. Now, look at the second stanza. At 20, still by hope of gigantic success, time and exploration. Then the poem is talking about someone who is at 20, still have the energy, you still have the dream, a lot of hope and wishes, gigantic hope, gigantic dreams, and a lot of time to move around, to explore the world. So it is a time when the dreams of every young adult or teenage person comes to the point of highest fantasy, where we wish to be someone, maybe richest man, a lot of dreams over our head at this age, and then we have a lot of time to explore, to move around. And now see the stanza 3. At 30, a sudden drop of pain. Laboratory tests have nothing to show. Now at 30, the person is still young. And even though he feels pain, the laboratory test could not bring out any result of pain or sickness, because at that age the person is still young and the person is still very, very agile. Now it is time when even sickness can go on its own without being treated, and it's difficult for even laboratory tests to bring out any negative result because of the age and agility associated with the age of 30. Now let's see stanza 4. Legs cripple. In domesticity, allow no sudden leaves at the moon. Now from this age, the poet did not tell us the exact age, but I believe it is years after 30 years, maybe little after 30 years. Now the leg is being crippled. Age begin to set in gradually. In domesticity, allow, that is, the person is probably married now or an adult now, having a lot of domestic activities, a lot of domestic engagement, and now it is difficult to leap around, to leap at the moon, that is to explore, to move around. No, at 20 it was so easy to move around, but now at 30-something years, it becomes so difficult because of a lot of engagement as an adult. Either married or not married, at this age of over 30, the person is expected to be very, very engaged, either in developing a career, either in building a family, or any other thing that is positive. The person needs to be engaged at that time, and that is why the poet discussed that at this time the legs begin to cripple and that there are a lot of domestic activity. Now let's look at stanza 5. Copybook bisected with red ink and failures, nothing to show the world. 3 children perhaps the world expect, if the world expect it of you, no special efforts there. Now at this age, which probably may be 40 and above, there are a lot of dreams that have not come to pass, and now there are little that the person have achieved, probably in the area of procreation, but now a lot of dreams have not been achieved, and that is why the persona said in this stanza 5 that the copybook bisected with red ink. The red ink symbolizes those unfulfilled dreams, unfulfilled ambitions and aspirations. And then after leaping to the moon, exploring from teenagehood to young adulthood to this point of life, there is nothing to show for it. The person also argued that probably the person has something to show. It could be only children, probably 3 children perhaps. And the poet made us to understand that there is no big deal in having children at this time or at this age when somebody is 40 and above. And it does not require a special effort. So procreation does not require special or an adult task. Rather, bringing up the children or building up a family is what can take a lot of tax. Now, it has nothing to show the world rather than children, maybe 3. And then the world also expect that, because it is something that a person of such age, 40 and above, should have at that time. But there's no any special efforts, no any special achievement. And now let's look at stanza 6. But science gives hope of twice 70 and 10. Hope is not a grain of sand. Now that the person is getting old, probably after 40 years, there is still a ray of hope. Where is the hope coming from? The hope that somebody can live up to 70 times 2. that should be 140 years. 3 score is 60, and 10, that is 60 plus 10, that is 70. Now the poet, the persona believe that, but science gives hope of twice 3 score and 10, that is 70 times 2, which is 140. The science believe or give the hope that a person can live up to 140 years. Now that the person is over 40 years and nothing to show, no any achievement, is still hoping or having a ray of hope as a result of scientific prediction or experimentation that a man can live up to 140 years. Now the hope is on the elongation of age rather than achievement. Okay, and we also see that that does not really mean that everybody who lives will be up to 140 years. In fact, whoever lives to that age is considered as a genius or one of the oldest person. So we saw here that probably in the Bible, the Christian Bible, the Bible said that people can live up to 70. Now, according to the poets, according to the persona, science double that number, twice 3 score and 10. Now let's see stanza 7. Inner satisfaction dwindles in sharp blade of expectation. From now on the world has you. Now, because of expectations that did not come to pass, because some of the dreams that are not being achieved, what happened is a lot of diminishing returns setting. Satisfaction dwindles. There is a diminishing in satisfaction, and then expectation become very blurred and darkened. Now the person does not have the word now. It is the word that has the person. Not that at the beginning of the poem, the persona explored that the person or a person owns the word by at the age of that 20, going around, leaping into the moon, exploring a lot of places. But now that age has settled, in stanza 7, the irony is the case. The opposite is the case. Now it's not the person owning the word, it's not the person having the word, but now the word is the one having the person. So the word now has the person, because dreams fade, expectation did not come to reality, a lot of ambition were not fulfilled or were not achieved. Now instead of the person owning the word for the word to be celebrating, the person has become a burden to the word. The word now has the person. Dictate what you eat, dictate what you do, dictate what you can become, because at that age you are at the mercy of people. Probably the person that is working with you, the person that you are working with, or any other person. Now look at the analysis in detail. Why are people panicking when growing old? You may be wondering or asking that question in your mind. The answer is simple according to the poem. Because a lot of dreams, aspirations, careers, expectations do not come to reality. And we saw that the poem highlight the fear inherent in man when he suddenly realizes the coming of age, especially when the steam of youth has frittered. So the fear is fast in spreading like white harmattan fire. And this is captured in the first stanza of the poem. The panic of growing older spread fluttering wing from year to year. So that is when the person is over 20, over 30 something, that fear begins to set in. Every year it increases, the momentum increases. And now we see also, look at the second paragraph, or you can say second page of the analysis. We also see that there are no fixed factor. Dreams changes, age changes, even satisfaction changes and diminish. and that is why at the age of 30 something the person may have only strength to show for it. This can even relate to Lenrie Peters himself, how he has wishes probably to build a career, the dreams, but at the end it does not come to reality the way he wishes it. Now look at it from this period of diminishing and dissatisfaction. Not much is being achieved again. The copybook bisected with red ink and failure, nothing to show the world. Granted that the individual may have 3 children only as expected from people, and now it is somehow a lost this thing. Now you can also pause the video and read the last paragraph of the analysis here, and then let's go to the setting. The setting of the novel is throughout the lifespan of a man. We do not have any physical setting like maybe Lagos State, Amsterdam, California, but now we have a setting that has to do with growth and development, the age of the person. Now we see that life from one certain stage to another, from 20 to 30, from 30 upward, are being regarded as the period when the dream was very good or dream. But now from 40 we see the diminishing return, the dissatisfaction, the unrealistic dreams setting, depression even setting, and a lot of dissatisfaction. Now the person is beginning to get weak and even get more depressed, because as the year go by, is afraid of fear of getting old, and at the same time the dreams are running out without any tangible achievement. Now this is where we are going to stop today. In our subsequent lesson, we are going to be discussing the themes. Of course, without discussing it, you should be able to point 1 or 2 themes out in this analysis. We have theme of life and stage, and then we theme of fear, and also theme of ambition and career and dreams. So all these and other themes will be discussed in our subsequent lesson, and make sure you subscribe so that you will get notified when the video is uploaded. Make sure you also click the notification bell so that you will be notified. And again, we are going to be discussing the literary devices used in the poem as well, alongside the themes. Make sure you do not miss it, and remember, subscribe to this channel. Thank you.